how I write copies using Json profiles. In this video, I'll exactly break down for you guys how I'm writing copy, how I represent myself, how I write copies for these YouTube videos, for my IG stories, for my X content, every single thing. I'm just going to lay it out for you guys. But first, to write copy, we need a base. You need to create an image of who you're writing to. You need to do these two things. First of all, derive their pain points, right? That is extremely important. And then derive their pleasure points. What do they want to look like? What do they want to see? How do they want to be perceived in the market? So then you just copy. You find someone, let's say you find Alex Hermosi. I'm going to write Alex Hermosi. So you see him, the way he talks, the way he, represents, the wording he is using, not actually his entire style, but the way that he writes his copy, the way he speaks. You copy that, and then you just need to copy and take it as much information as possible to create these sorts of videos. Because to make this video, I had to watch someone else's videos talking about Json profiles, but I do it in a different way than they do it, in a better way, and I'm giving you out that content. So it all makes sense. You cannot output without any inputs. You cannot run an engine without coal. If you're having a, like, let's say, a coal engine or something, you cannot turn your car on without petroleum. So you need to kind of understand that you need the input, and you need to get as much info as possible about your market, about the people that you work with, about who your audience is, and create an ICP. Now, the ICP that most people talk about is garbage. Reason being that is because they talk about writing the pleasure points and doing all that stuff, and they don't really dive in the fact that you need to show people the way that I'm showing you a whiteboard, the way that I'm showing you that little flower, the way that I'm showing you my hands movement, all my mic, all the stuff, the way that I'm talking. All these things carry up with your ICP because I know who I'm targeting. I'm targeting you right directly on the camera. So you need to understand the way that the trust, like, this is one of the stories that I did that is just absolutely true, which is trust is built, not shouted. A man convinced against his will is the man that is still the same opinion. Trust can't be forced, it can only be perceived. Then I got a message from this guy, you can check this out. So this person watches my story. I don't even know he did. I don't even know him, like, he followed me, all that stuff, right? And he did a CTA that he just replies to CTA. I'm like, what do you want? He's like, I don't need much. I just need your opinion. And then you write, why did he kind of need my opinion, or why did he wanted to get my opinion in the first place, which was because I've done a good job looking credible on the outside perspective, so he can value my opinion. And this is why people listen to me in the first place, because what I do is I show these things, because trust is what enables me to get eyeballs from not everybody, but actual industry leaders. Why? Because my messaging is dialed in. It allows me to get the right people at the right time and at the right doors, because I know what I'm talking about. I have Anthony here as well, another person who, watches my stories. He's like, I appreciate the support, by the way. Most of you guys probably know him. Let's go down here. Now, why use JSON? Let me ask you a question. Why you speak English or any other your native language? Why do you use it? Because it is the lingo of AI. You need to leverage it. The more data you can give it, the better the copy. So basically, what you need is to feed the AI, like Claude, or I'm using the best, I'm using the best of the best, which is the AI frontrunners for context profiles. It's $75 a month. I have zero affiliation. I just like what these guys are doing. So what you do, this is a step-by-step guide. And let's go through this. Give the scripts of 5 to 10 videos of who you want to emulate or copy. Both things are the same. Then you create another profile of your ICP. I'm gonna walk through you how do you do that. And then you put them both in ChatGPT or Claude, and then use it for every single time you write something. So what you do, you build a detecting frame with the JSON profiles, which you have made the context profile. So let's say this, right? Let's say you have a test, right? And it's of 10 markers. Say if you get, so you pass if you get 5 right? So let's say in this kind of sense, 5 is good copy. That is like excellent copy. And 10 is of course supreme. So what you do is every single time you write a post, you make something, you do something, you check it with this. Because it has all, this is like a teacher. So basically, whatever answers you want to give, you bypass it through this teacher, which is your JSON profile, which you have created inside of a project. and use projects, please. I'm going to walk you through how you even do that. But the entire purpose of this video is so that you guys, whenever you're writing copy, you need a base. Would Alex Hermosi say this same thing that I'm talking about? Or would he say it in a different way? Would he kind of just extremely slow down and turn his pace up? Or he talks extremely fast and just talks to you really, really fast? So all these things, you need to kind of leverage it with the using AI. AI is your Socrates. AI is your Aristotle's. And you need to kind of understand that entire sense that you have the people in terms of the artificial intelligence to work with you and give you the results that you want. So let me go in down here. Let me go in here. So basically, this is what you do. Let me just show you one of my projects. 14 profiles. These guys are the best, by the way, guys, if you want to use them. So YouTube scripts. So basically what I have done. So it starts with, what do you want to call the profile? It's a step-by-step guide. So you go in there, you name it. Of course, I named it YouTube scripts, whatever you want to name it. So it creates an optimizing high-performance YouTube video script that targets your audience. So I say do not make the profile until X word. You can just write any word that you want. And then you give it the transcripts of the 5 people, the 5 transcripts of a creator that you want to copy. In this, I won't name who I copied, but let's just get started with this. So it creates this entire profile, which is the main purpose. So I'm just giving it all this data right now. This is like what I've done in the end. You just kind of see that. Let me just, glaze past this. Boom. So yes, you can add more examples and templates and make it specific for coaching and info. Then what I did was I gave it my ICP, which was, for coaches and consultants and people that are trying to scale to that 50, 60K a month. So here we go. So it's like the name is YouTube scripts, direct, high impact, or result oriented, combined with proven persuasion with modern. So this thing is detailed because I've given it 5 scripts, which bakes the basis of your entire sort of way that you're going to talk with your audience. Now, what you're going to do from now on is that every single framework, the structural framework, is going to be a CTA and focus. So my entire purpose of getting you guys through this is that you can go on ChatGPT. So what is ChatGPT? Rather, is one of my, I'm just giving you actual source. So you can use Claude for this. There's not a big worry. So what I do is that I made a project. So it is scripting for YT, right? I use that. Then what happens is that once it is saved inside of a project, it's always going to use it as a reference point for writing the copy or whatever you want to make it to write. So I go in there and my first prompt is access all the Json profiles given for you for YouTube and ICP, and once done, write OK. I use OK in this, you can use anything. Then I give it another role, which is write me 5 titles and an SEO description for my YouTube videos. And you can add this, please. Do not use any emojis and keep the description concise and add a CTA in the end and format the description as well. The heavy lifting is done right now. I just write these 4 or 5 sentences even, you can call it, and then I just give the context, the entire transcript of the video. Then it comes up with something like this. With a CTA, to check the comments, you could call with one-on-one with me, and just, this is my entire process, guys. But this is the thing, right? This is only one part. I won't show you the other one because it contains a lot of people's information. But the other reason why I use it is that when I want to check what I'm going to speak, what I'm going to copy, what I'm going to do. So I used it in the past. Now I'm good at this mentally. I think I should still use it. But this is one of the things that I can give you guys, that if you're a beginner that doesn't really need to know how do you write copy, how do you do that, because I know some of you guys are watching it because you're salesmen. You could be from a different business. You might be good at different product. You could be good at multiple things. But what you need to do is pretty simple, is that you create the ICP, you give it the pain points, the pleasure points, you do that, and you create a JSON profile of your ICP. Please do that. So to create that, you go into JSON profiles again. Let me just kind of show you this as well. So as you can see here, I gave it one image and I said, okay, give me the context profile of this image. So, and you can see how insane it is. It's calendar UI, final state, visual meme, call to action, automation tools, workflow diagrams. You can see how detailed it is for this image. I won't open up the image because it contains someone. You probably know who he is, but you can kind of see this entire thing of how detailed this entire thing. This is how you can do. You can be like, okay, why is this thumbnail good? Why is this video good? Why is this XYZ is good? And because it has the base of your made profiles on your ICP, you can kind of check it with that entire thing rather than you having a partner or the human or mentor doing it. You can just use AI for this entire kind of concept. So my overarching principle for this video is that use JSON profiles to create a project, then put together a scripts of 5 to 10 scripts of your favorite creators who you want to copy, and then basically go in there, feed the AI, give it use Claude. By the way, Claude is best for copy. I use ChatGPT because of its like memory and stuff. Claude is also pretty awesome. But you do this every single time when you're making a new piece of content, when you want to check something, when you want to see if this video will perform or not. Sometimes we make videos we're not that sure of them, so it kind of causes an issue while we're making it, or it creates that doubt. So you can always check that with AI and use this out when you're a beginner. I'm a beginner at copy. I don't know how to write good copy. I'm being honest. I just know how to speak really, really good because I'm persuasive. But to write good copy, to write really good sense, you need to use this and just copy from the people that you know. Because my stories, they convert for a reason. My content converts for a reason. This allows me to book calls for a reason because I'm talking to you people specifically. And my next video is going to be extremely fun and important. Watch that. Watch the next video. It's going to be about messaging. How do you message your content to the rich people? It's going to be a fantastic video. But without me, overhyping it, I want you guys to use AI, use JSON profiles for writing a copy because copy is hard. Copy is not that easy. You need to sit there and actually do stuff to write a copy. This was the entire video. If you are someone who's, stuck at 10, 20, 30K a month, or you want to scale with elegance, you want to scale with ease, not sit there, hire 50, 40 people for just a minor operation of hundreds of thousands of dollars, even 6 figures, which you don't need more than 4 people with. Trust me. You can book a call with me. It's in the description of my video, or it will be in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.